Back at it a little bit a lot. Today I'm going to show you the difference between DIY and professional pressure washing. This is a good example I'm about to show you here, and I am not hating on DIY. I do everything DIY, so I am not hating on DIY. But there is a difference between when a pro does things sometimes and when the do-it-yourself does things sometimes. So let me show you. As you can see, it doesn't look horrible. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. But you can see the big old lines here where they had a small surface cleaner out here. And you can see where it's dirty, where it overlapped, where it's dirty, where it overlapped, and so forth here. Going all the way up, it goes all the way around. And this is the DIY approach, which at least they had a surface cleaner here, right? And so it made the job a little bit easier. But professionals do not do this, okay? There's a big difference. If we did this, nobody would hire professionals. So the job today is to obviously clean this and fix it, and it is to go here, across here, all the way around the corner to a little gate they have over there. So that's what we're going to do today. We're also going to do this in here. You can see it's pretty dirty. It's got some pretty bad buildup of mold. This stuff does not come up all that easy, especially with a low flow pressure washer. So the DIY pressure washer. And so the DIY pressure washer is typically, you know, around 1.8 to maybe a 3.2 gallon per minute machine. And that just doesn't put out a lot of flow. Pressure is one thing. Sure, you do need pressure, obviously, with the pressure washer. But it is not the ultimate thing that you absolutely have to have. Flow is really what makes up the difference. So you can have an 8 gallon per minute machine with 3,000 psi, which is lower than some of the machines you get at Home Depot. But it has a lot more flow with 8 gallons per minute. And that makes a huge difference in the time that it takes you to do it and the efficiency that it takes. So I have some water here in the tank, which should be plenty to do just this, right? So I don't even have to hook up to water. I'm just going to turn my valve on. Here, turn my valve on. We're going to bring out some hose. Just going to bring it out enough till we can get to that corner of the house over there, just around the gate. And we're going to get the surface cleaner out. Get my ball valve here. We're also going to do a little bit of turbo nozzle just to get rid of all the vegetation, the weeds that are in all of these cracks here. It makes it look real nice, which is also a big difference between professional and DIY. DIY may not get rid of all of their weeds because, you know, this is a task. When you're doing DIY projects, you don't have all the necessary equipment sometimes. You know, doing this stuff is a task. It's going to take some time. And so I would assume probably DIY wise, this is going to take maybe an hour for somebody to do. It's going to take me 10 minutes. It's going to take me longer to set up, get everything out, than it is to do the job, rinse it off, and then get everything back into the trailer. My showing up and everything takes longer than getting the job done. Now, if you were DIY, you may have a pressure washer. Now you're going to put gas in it. You're going to have to make sure it starts, make sure your water is hooked up to it, that you don't stay off the trigger too long. So most of the DIY pressure washers don't have unloader valves, or they're internal unloader valves. And so you need an external unloader valve that circulates through the tank. That way it keeps your pump cool. That way you can release the trigger. So if I have to talk to a customer or whatever it is, I can do that. Or if I need to get something out of a trailer, I don't have to go and rush and turn the pressure washer off real quick, which is something you do have to worry about with the smaller pressure washers. You can't burn them up. The pumps will go. So let's get everything out of the trailer and let's get rolling. There's also a pre-treat and a post-treat option in pressure washing, and so the pros always will at least pre-treat or post-treat, one of the two, or if not both. And so in this particular situation, it's not that dirty, and so I don't have to pre-treat it to loosen anything up. I will post-treat this, and this is what kills all the organics. Post-treating includes anything between like 1 1/4 to 6% of sodium hypochlorite. And so we have that hooked up into my trailer here. I will downstream this particular situation as a post-treat, and so that's as easy as just clicking this button on here and the downstreaming doing its effectiveness. So basically it basically is putting down a soap and chlorine bleach solution at a low percentage that's not going to kill any of the organics around there except for what's on the concrete itself, because it's going to sit there. It'll also brighten it up a little bit, and it'll also make it last longer. And so when a DIY comes out here and does this, they'll do it, but they don't necessarily kill all the organics. And so what you want to do is kill all the organics so it doesn't just pop right back. As you can tell, we are done with the surface cleaning and the edging and all that kind of stuff, and so I'm going to downstream my 1.25-ish ACE all the way up here, and this is going to kill a couple of the lines that I might have left. You know, it looks a lot better. Maybe right in here you can kind of see one, but it looks pretty good. And so I'm going to go ahead and post-treat. Maybe you can see a line or two there, but anyways, I'm going to post-treat and we're going to get rid of those lines. As you can see, there is 0 lines left. Nothing left. All the way down, coming across here, all the way down. Definitely took years of dirt and grime and everything off of it. Looks great. You can see that little patch that was right around here is now lightened up. It is not dry, and it's only been sitting for a couple minutes with the post-treat on there. So I can't necessarily wait around. Ready, gotta go. But this little piece right here, right up there, completely done. So when hiring a professional company, make sure you are watching out for lines and the equipment that they have and reviews and things like that. So Salty Sea Pressure Washing, Seabrook, Friendswood, Leak City, Webster, Baytown, Mont Bellevue. Holler at me, Deer Park, LaPorte. Holler at me, 979-239-8512. Salty Sea Pressure Washing. You can Google me, website, Instagram, all that kind of good stuff. So until next time, I'll see you on the next one.